Hey there! Today, we'll be diving into the concept of the Angel of Power 2 always winning, building upon the video by Local Meadows titled Papers Unpicked, An Angel and a Devil, so you might want to watch that first. Now, the original video's explanation might have felt a bit convoluted as it used the vigorous proof from the paper, so I'll provide a simpler explanation here. If you've already understood the explanation in that video, this one might not be for you. I'll just steal his explanation of the game, I'm sure he won't mind.
Like many difficult things, the rules are super simple. One of the players is the angel, and at each turn the angel flies to some square on the board. Before the game begins, we would agree on how far the angel is able to travel, and we call that number of squares its power. For instance, the angel of power 1 can travel just one square in any direction, essentially the king in chess. An angel of power 2 could travel anywhere within this region, one of power 3 to any of these squares, and so on. In comes the second character, the devil. Whenever the devil lands on a square, it burns that square, making it inaccessible to the angel for the remainder of the game. Much like the angel, on every turn the devil can move to another square, but unlike the angel, is able to travel as far as it wishes. And those are basically the rules. The devil then wins the game if it eventually traps the angel, and the devil has a winning strategy if it is always able to win.
To explain why the Angel of Power 2 always wins, I'm also just gonna steal his explanation for the runner.
The runner can't fly over burnt squares, so runs alongside them, always moving forward, and always keeping squares to her left. We'll colour in blue any square the runner has been on. The author suggests imagining the squares not as holes but as walls instead, so that we can imagine the runner always keeping her left hand on a wall. In fact, we'll picture her painting that wall in green with her left hand. She can also get around corners tightly, and will allow her to squeeze through a corner joining two squares. Mate suggests imagining the burnt squares not as square-shaped, but as octagonal instead, allowing the runner to slip through easily. Finally, we'll ask the runner to simply go as far as she can within the accessible region the Angel of Power 2 would have. Obviously, the Angel of Power 2 can follow whatever moves the runner makes, so if the runner has a winning strategy, the angel does as well.
The part that gets kind of confusing in the video is when he brings up the Nice Devil, so instead of that, let's change the game a little. I'll steal a little from Code Parade's video this time.
Let's look at the angel's movements a little closer with a game theory perspective. One thing to notice is that the angel would never want to move to a space that she could have landed on previously. The proof is simple. If she took more than one turn to get to a spot that she could have reached before, then the result would be exactly the same, but the devil got extra moves in between. So it's impossible for the strategy to ever help the angel. It strictly benefits the devil. That means all these spaces are effectively gone. In fact, it can be treated the same as if the devil himself blocked all of those squares.
It can then be said that the devil never has to put a square on a tile that the angel could have travelled to. Assuming the Angel of Power 2 can be trapped on an empty board, in a game of perfect play between the angel and the devil, if the angel gets trapped, removing the squares burnt by the angel, it would always have a path back to its origin. We can then add a rule that the final area the angel or runner is trapped in has to include the origin. Since this would never affect the outcome of a perfect game between the angel and the devil, the addition of this rule wouldn't matter for that. We can call this the Nice Devil rule. The runner can start the game by giving away the squares to its left, as well as all the squares below it, so it starts in a corner. With the Nice Devil rule, in the game of the devil and the runner, the devil's goal would be to enclose the runner in a corner. Any attempts to slow down the runner wouldn't work, as adding a square would add a maximum of 2 walls the runner has to pass, the brown walls, which it would do in the same turn. The green wall the runner has to move through does not count, since it is equivalent to the wall the runner was supposed to pass if the square hadn't been placed. The number of walls increased from 1 to 3, an increase of 2, and since the runner runs 2 steps a turn, it would not be slowed down. The Nice Devil rule prevents the runner from getting trapped, since it would not contain the origin. The minimum number of walls the devil has to create to trap the runner is the number of walls on the right, n, plus the 2 walls at the top. The maximum number of walls the runner has to pass to escape is 2n, the left and right wall, plus the 1 turn at the top. If the devil goes first, on the nth turn, 2 turns before it can block off the corner and trap the runner would move 2 end steps, always being able to escape. So the runner always wins. And since the angel is better than the runner, the angel can always beat the devil. So, yeah. Huge thanks to Local Meadows and Code Parade, since I have no idea how to make visuals. Thanks for watching.